The body of a young man is hidden deep in the woods, with little trace of his killer.
No blood, no prints, no indication of anything.
Whose wrong side did he get on?
The search for his killer reveals a laundry list of potential suspects.
Yeah? I swear, I didn't even touch the guy.
It seems very possible it could have been a revenge killing.
But who really wanted the victim dead?
Whoever did this is incredibly violent and incredibly dangerous.
I ain't playing.
Come back here and kill you too.
Sheriff's office, the warrant, come to the door. Go, 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 go. Get out of the car! Out of the car!
Emotion is the driving force behind violent crime. Emotion doesn't consider consequences. It doesn't consider judgment. It's just emotion. If your behavior causes emotion to rise to a critical level, you are at personal risk. There's one thing that never changes: murder. A life has been taken. Their stories are now my stories. I never know where a case is going to lead, but I'll never stop until it's solved. Somebody has to look out for the victim. If you kill, I will find you.
It's a beautiful afternoon, and Dana Marchetti and her brother Paul are taking full advantage with a hike off Rampart Range Road, just outside the city of Colorado Springs.
Rampart Range Road was a really nice place. You're out in the woods, you can go and look at the views and stuff like that.
It's amazing out here.
Wait until you see Pikes Peak.
My sister Dana lived here, and we came down for a visit. First time I've been in Colorado Springs in my life. Dana, come here.
What?
What is that?
I looked over and
Oh my god.
I was like, wow, whoa.
We need to call someone.
In my mind, there wasn't any doubt.
Let's go.
We had a dead body in front of us. It's a memory that's etched in my brain. That's one of those things I'll never forget.
Within the hour, investigators from the El Paso County Sheriff's Office are on the scene.
Dispatch, it's an I-7.
1490, Roger.
Afternoon, Detective Hatch.
Hey, Jeff, you first on scene?
Yes, sir.
Murders occur sometimes very close to the city-county line. This particular case, there was no doubt. It is well outside of the city limits of Colorado Springs. It falls in the jurisdiction of the El Paso County Sheriff's Department.
All right, what are we looking at?
A couple people found a body at the bottom of the embankment over here.
Maybe a hiker took a spill?
I don't think so. You'll see when we get over there. Coroner's here already.
All right, well, let's take a look.
I know Detective Hatch fairly well. He was a good detective. He was dogged. He would stay on something.
Detective Hatch makes his way down the embankment carefully so he can closely examine the remains.
Hey, guys.
Good God.
He's quite disturbed by what he sees.
A black male, a plastic sack taped at the neck. There was a blue blanket partially wrapped around him. His wrists were bound behind him and some sort of strap around his ankles.
Definitely not a fallen hiker. Any idea how long this guy's been down here, Bowery?
The body is pretty swollen. 24 hours.
How about what killed him?
No obvious wounds, but we're waiting to see what's under this bag.
It was apparent that this person had been brutally beaten. His face was swollen beyond identification.
Any wallet or other ID lying around?
Negative, no clothes, nothing.
Did you see any footprints when you first came in the area, Jeff?
No blood, no prints, no indication of anything.
Now, it's apparent this did not happen at this location. This is a disposal site of human remains.
Okay, well, there's continue to scan the area for evidence. In the meantime, I want to take a look up there.
So detectives started walking back up the ravine, up towards the top of the overlook.
Are you seeing anything? Hey, wait a minute. Check that out.
Drag marks.
Yep.
My initial assumption was this is its appearance of a body being dragged and the heels dragging on the ground.
Look familiar?
They noticed little pieces of this blue Afghan blanket that was found wrapped around the body. Looks like you got your hands full with this one.
Yeah. We're not gonna get anywhere unless we ID this guy.
The first step in any murder case is who got murdered. That gives you a place to begin.
I think I'm gonna need a little help on this one.
Yeah, just keep me in the loop once the guy's booked. Okay, thanks.
In 1996, I had spent 23 years and change on the police department, which equates to 106 years of doing anything else, and I was thinking I was eligible to retire the coming August. I hadn't made the decision, but I was getting close.
It's kinda.
Hey, Joe, Rich Hatch.
From the sheriff's office, how are you?
Hey, Rich, I'm alright.
So the sheriff's detectives contact me directly and say, are we missing a black male approximately 20 years old? They do so because we carry most of the missing persons reports in the jurisdiction.
Do you have the victim's fingerprints?
Yeah.
You think you can have you guys run them for me?
I'll have the lab make it a priority.
Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate that.
While Kenda does his part to help, Detective Hatch hopes the autopsy will reveal more clues about the victim's cause of death.
Once I got the blood cleaned off of him, I had a better sense of his injuries. The beating was more vicious than I thought.
The victim had suffered numerous skull fractures and lacerations around the head and the face area. The coroner ruled that these injuries were caused by some type of blunt force object.
Any idea what the instrument was?
No, could be a number of things, but whatever it was about a ½ inch in diameter. It did severe damage.
He was hit with great force and further had a series of subdural hematomas to the brain, which caused his death.
His neck seems to be pretty bruised as well. Any evidence of strangulation?
Oh yeah, the hyoid bone's completely crushed, but the strangulation occurred after death.
Whoever did this is incredibly violent and incredibly dangerous. There's an enormous amount of overkill. There is a rage factor when you beat someone so severely that they die. Your intent is not just to kill them, but to punish them.
With the cause of death confirmed, Detective Hatch checks in on Kenda's progress.
Hey, Joe. Any luck on that missing persons?
Unfortunately not. However, we did get a hit on the print.
We determined that the victim is 21 years of age and his name...
Check this out.
Wow.
When the victim, Derek, was identified through the database, it also revealed that he had an extensive criminal history.
Criminal trespassing, aggravated theft, breaking and entering, violation of probation, the list goes on.
Looks like you're out of prison pretty recently.
He's only been out of the penitentiary for 60 days, and it wasn't his first hit. This kid's been around the block at age 21.
I'm sure you hung around with a pretty tough crowd.
There's an old expression, if you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. And maybe there's a flea who decides that Derek needs to go away. Assisting the Sheriff's Department in an investigation of a disposed homicide victim found over an overlook on the Rampart Range Road. We've identified him as Derek James. In our records, we discover someone listed as a foster father whose name is Jimmy Ayers, and he lives in the city of Colorado Springs.
Mr. Ayers, I'm afraid I have some bad news. I'm sorry to say Derek is dead.
What?
Mr. Ayers is shocked by this information.
We found his body out on Rampart Range Road.
I'll be damned. I I really thought that boy was heading down the right path this time.
Jimmy Ayers really thought Derek was turning his life around, and so it was extra sad for him to find out that he had been murdered this way.
Mr. Ayers, how long have you been his foster parent?
Since junior high.
Derek's mother had actually died in prison, and his father was in prison. And because he really didn't have any parents or family, he finally became a ward of the state in Colorado.
The boy had a tough go at it. In and out of prison. But I really thought he was committed to changing his life this time.
Derek was trying to turn his life around and had enrolled in a program that helped mentor young offenders to try to not make the same mistakes that he did.
When's the last time you saw Derek?
DJ. Everyone calls him DJ.
DJ.
It was a couple of days ago. He came by, I fed him, and we talked about him getting a job. He left the next day, saying he was going to his girlfriend's house.
And I haven't seen him since.
Girlfriend, what's her name?
I really don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the girlfriends he has.
One of the things that Jimmy says about Derek is that he knows how to turn the charm on, always has a girlfriend or two.
Perhaps one of these girlfriends would know what happened to him or whose wrong side did he get on.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Ayers, and I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So the next best thing to do is to find out who is the most recent girlfriend of DJ.
But before Detective Hatch can dig any deeper into Derek James's personal life, he's hit with some interesting news.
Detective Hatch,
What's up to you?
a girl just dropped by wanting to talk about that murder up on Rampart Range Road.
Really? She's still here?
Yeah, she's waiting for you in the conference room.
Thanks.
This woman says her street name is Bambi and that she knows DJ and she knows who killed him. Well, that's pretty significant.
I understand you may have some information about what happened with Derek James.
Yeah.
Are you his girlfriend?
No, but we've been friends for a long time. And I know the guy he was recently beefing with.
Bambi told investigators that after he got out of prison on this last stint, he had a run-in with an old acquaintance.
His name is Sam Fuller. Everybody call him Trip.
Bambi good friends.
And what happened between DJ and Trip?
She says they got into it over the affections of a girl. And that is a very common motive in murder.
Do you know where Trip lives?
Yeah, but you can't tell him I told you anything. I don't want to get killed.
It's okay. You have my word.
With a new lead to pursue, Detective Hatch heads to the home of Sam Fuller, a.k.a. Trip.
Yeah? Mr. Fuller, we're detectives from the sheriff's office. You mind stepping out in the hall? So what exactly do you guys want?
He's perplexed. Why are the police at my house? I've done nothing wrong.
Mr. Fuller, we're here to talk about Derek James. DJ? I haven't seen that boy in a minute. Well, that's not what we heard. What you mean? Trip. Do you know how Derek James ended up dead? Dead? You saying somebody killed him? What happened?
Trip was quite surprised at that. The emotion was genuine. You could tell that he really did not know that Derek had been killed.
So you're saying you and DJ did not have an issue over a girl? Nah, man, we used to go running together and chase the same girls or whatever, but I don't hang with those people no more.
He admits they've been in and out of jail together on a number of occasions, but in the recent past, Sam Fuller straightened out his life, and he said, I don't do that anymore.
Okay. You have any kind of alibi for the last few days? Yeah, I sure do. I've been working. You can call my boss. I'll check on that.
Can I use the phone in here?
Yeah. Hey, Trip. Well, you said you haven't seen DJ in a while, but do you know if he had any girlfriends? Girlfriends? DJ was a dog, man. But last I heard, he was seeing this one girl.
He said, somebody told me that his main squeeze these days is a female named Sheila Barnhart.
Sheila Barnhart. Any idea where she lives? Nah, man, I never met her before.
All checks out.
So they dismiss Mr. Fuller and assume that Bambi is telling a tale.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Appreciate your time.
So their focus now is on Sheila Barnhart. Who is she and what does she know?
Detective Hatch and his partner waste little time tracking down an address.
Can I help you?
When this woman answers the door, she's wearing rubber cleaning gloves and she is perspiring.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're looking for Sheila Barnhart.
They get the deer in headlights look from her, and she stammers and says, well...
Sheila, she's not here. I'm her sister, Stephanie.
And they look over her shoulder, and this apartment is filled with cleaning products.
What are you doing in there, Stephanie?
Just cleaning.
Yeah, I can see that. You missed a spot?
Well, my. Blood spatter on the ceiling only gets her one way. Cast off from a blood instrument. What's been happening in here? Did Derek James happen in here? The Sheriff's Department's investigating the brutal death of Derek James. They're in an apartment that's supposed to contain his most recent girlfriend, Sheila Barnhart, but they find her sister, Stephanie, cleaning up what appears to be a crime scene.
From what the investigators were able to observe just from the front door, that gave them probable cause to ask for a warrant.
Check under that car.
When people try to clean up bloodstains, a lot of times they'll use bleach. But you pull the carpet up, the blood is still underneath the carpet on the floor.
You come get this. Here. Luminol ready yet?
Give me just a second.
Luminol is a chemical that causes human blood to fluoresce. It will even cause invisible to the human eye blood to fluoresce.
All right, luminol's ready.
Okay, kill the lights, please.
This apartment glows in the dark. This place is covered in blood.
You can see the efforts of where it had tried to be cleaned up, but it was just so much that that wasn't working.
I got this on the couch.
Well, I'll be damned.
CSI had located some pieces of fuzzy blue material which matched the blue Afghan that was found on the victim's body.
You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to realize that this is where Derek James met his untimely demise. So Stephanie's in this up to her neck.
Okay, Stephanie, it's time for you to tell me what the hell is going on here.
I don't actually know.
And why are you cleaning up a crime scene?
So last night, my sister Sheila called me and she was freaking out, said something had happened to DJ and begged me to come over.
Was DJ here when you arrived?
No, but there was blood all over the couch.
She was shocked at how much blood there was. And she said Sheila looked emotionally distraught to the maximum.
Did Sheila tell you what happened to DJ?
She just said something bad.
Well, something bad did happen to DJ, Stephanie, because DJ happens to be very dead right now.
I didn't ask questions. I didn't want to know.
Where is Sheila now?
I couldn't get her to calm down, so I sent her back to my place. Told her I'd meet her there when I was finished.
Okay, Stephanie, we're gonna have to put you under arrest.
What? No, I didn't do anything. I was just trying to help.
And that makes you an accessory to murder.
No.
Officer.
One of the elements of being an accessory is the attempt to destroy or conceal evidence. And Stephanie is in the process of doing precisely that.
After Stephanie is booked on accessory charges, investigators set their sights on her sister, Sheila.
The Sheriff's Department goes to Stephanie's apartment, and as advertised, Sheila Barnhart is present. She she's placed in custody? Because Sheila has a few things to explain, not the least of which is a dead guy on her sofa.
Okay, Sheila. This is your chance to come clean about whatever happened at your place the other night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, let me catch you up to speed. There's mountains of blood evidence all over your home suggesting that you and your sister killed Derek James.
That isn't what happened. I didn't kill DJ.
Okay. Then who did?
I don't know. But I can explain.
Then start explaining, Sheila, because you kind of need to explain.
So the other night, I got this phone call. Hello?
You tell your punk boyfriend to pay me what he owes. He ain't gonna like what happens if I got to come over there and collect it myself.
Who is this? Hello? Hello?
And she's obviously very scared and concerned. Is her life in danger? Are they really going to come over here?
Sheila, don't worry about it. It's nothing.
DJ, this guy sounded serious. I don't think he's messing around.
It's nothing. Trust me.
I just don't want anything to happen to you.
I know, but it's fine. Promise. Now, don't wait up for me, all right? We'll be back later.
I believed him. But later that night, I heard this shouting downstairs. DJ?
Is it? Huh?
Look, man, I don't have it just yet, but I will soon.
No, man, we done waiting.
She says she sees a black male and a Hispanic male circling DJ, yelling about the money he owes them.
Yo, what's this hoe doing?
DJ?
Baby, go back to bed. You better make yourself disappear.
What if she calls the cops?
We ain't calling no cops. If we do, we'll come back here and kill you too. I ain't playing.
So I went back to my room, and I heard all these loud noises.
Like a fight?
Yeah. I could hear DJ begging them to stop, and then all of a sudden, the front door slammed.
She comes out of her bedroom, goes downstairs, DJ is gone, and there's blood everywhere.
Well, why didn't you call the police?
Because I was afraid. They said they were gonna kill me. I didn't know what to do.
Investigators are a bit skeptical of Sheila's story, but she's coming off as somewhat genuine. So they can't ignore the mention of these two new potential suspects.
Sheila, do you think that you can describe the men that you saw?
I can try.
She's asked to get with one of our lab techs to try to recreate a mugshot of these two people.
Like this? No, the eyebrows were definitely thicker than that.
Years earlier, they would use an artist to do this, but now there are a number of programs, and you literally assemble it on a computer screen.
Yeah, those lips look great.
You have hundreds and hundreds of possibilities, and you just keep trying until you get closer and closer and closer.
So you're positive this is what the guys who killed DJ look like?
I think so.
They have to pursue what she says because she said it. Once the cat's out of the bag, you have an obligation to pursue it.
As the legitimacy of Sheila's lead is tested, the investigation continues to gain traction from an unexpected source.
Miss Kendall.
Lieutenant, there's a woman on the phone here. Sounds like she might have some info on that murder the sheriff's office is working.
Really? Okay, put her through.
Hello?
This is Lieutenant Kendall. Who am I speaking with?
I don't want to tell you my name.
So she gets on the phone. She's very frightened and her voice is shaky.
But I think my neighbor might be involved in that murder up on Rampart Range.
Why is that?
Well, he was packing up his stuff this morning, and he said he needed to leave town because he did something bad.
And what's your neighbor's name?
Brandon Barnhart.
Brandon Barnhart.
And that name hit me right between the eyes.
You know if he's related to Sheila Barnhart?
Yeah. Sheila's his sister.
So Brandon says he's done something bad. Oh, it was more than bad, Brandon. It was brutal. And you made the mistake of doing it in your sister's apartment. This complicated complicated investigation has finally led us to an individual named Brandon Barnhart, who told an acquaintance that he had to flee the state because he'd done something bad. The caller provides the address where she last saw him packing his things. We go to that address to pick him up on behalf of the Sheriff's Department. When you have an individual who is believed to be responsible for a homicide, the likelihood is great that there's going to be gunfire when you try to arrest someone like that.
Sheriff's officer of the war, come to the door. Hands. Show us your hands when you step out. Slowly open the door. Step out slowly. Hands. Hands. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Step all the way to my partner.
You looking for Brandon?
Yeah, is he here?
No, you just missed him.
And you are?
His mother.
Is there someone we could talk?
She says, I've been expecting the police to come by.
I don't know what's going on, but Brandon was acting real strange this morning. He seemed like he'd gotten himself into some trouble.
She said that Brandon shows up and he's all upset and being pretty evasive and keeps telling her he's sorry, and she's wondering, what are you sorry for?
Said he needed to leave town for a while. Didn't say why. Just packed his bag and up and left. What is it you think my son did?
Ma'am, were you aware that your daughter's boyfriend, DJ, was murdered?
And you think Brandon did it?
There's a strong possibility.
God, no. No, that can't be possible. Not my boy.
As a parent, right away you'd be thinking, this is a big mistake. You have the wrong person. My son would never be involved in something like that.
Well, if he calls or tries to contact you at all, can you let me know?
Okay. I'm gonna try to get him on the phone, too.
Okay. Thank you.
Now the Sheriff's Department is convinced that Sheila's lied. Her brother is in flight, and he's not Hispanic, and he's not black. So whatever she said is a lie to prevent the discovery of the truth.
Sheila, we know your brother is somehow involved in this. Now, you need to tell us the truth, because if you don't, there's a very good chance that you will go down for whatever he did.
Okay, you're right. I didn't tell you the whole story. The truth is, DJ is just like every other boyfriend I've ever had.
She goes on to say she has been a victim of abuse by boyfriends. She thought that DJ would be different.
First, he was good to me. But I became suspicious that he was seeing other girls. And when I confronted him about it the other night, he just lost it.
She said he got upset with her and backhanded her. Slapped her across the face. And then he commenced to assault her.
I told myself I was never gonna let any man mistreat me ever again. And I sure as hell wasn't gonna let DJ.
So you called your brother?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Brandon, I need your help.
Why? What's wrong?
She called her brother and told him what had occurred, and he got really upset.
What? Wait, are you serious? Well, I'll kill that son of a bitch.
I have an idea of how to get him back.
So the next day, she tells her brother that she's going to poison him by baking poison muffins. Well, you look in a recipe book, Betty Crocker doesn't have anything about poison muffins, but Sheila has an idea.
I had some sleeping pills and prescription lithium that I crushed up and put into the muffin mix.
Lithium is a very powerful drug used to treat mental illness, to treat schizophrenia, and is potentially fatal in a large amount.
Hey, babe. It smells amazing in here. Oh, you made muffins, huh?
I wanted to apologize for earlier.
Baby, you don't need to apologize. It's my fault, too.
on the couch and went to sleep.
Brandon showed up with his friend Eric.
Eric who?
English. They told me to go upstairs and shut the door.
She could hear a terrible beating going on, and even heard Derek say stop.
She said when all the noise stopped, she came down the stairs and saw blood everywhere.
I didn't know DJ was dead or what. I thought Brandon was just going to beat him up. I swear.
Go ahead and stand on up. Sheila is a typical criminal trying to distance herself from the event. She apparently, in a few minutes it took to tell the story, forgot that she tried to poison him to death. Now she wants to say she didn't participate in his murder. Excuse me?
Sheila is charged with first-degree murder, and the sheriff's department sets their sights on a newly named co-conspirator.
It's not just her and her brother anymore. It's her brother, and Eric English, whoever the hell he is.
Well, a background check's done on Eric, and it discloses that he has several warrants out for his arrest. So they find out where he's living and go to his residence.
Any eyes on the suspect? Negative. Okay, hold your positions till he comes out. Copy that.
Wait a minute. Is that him?
They see a guy matching Eric English's description pull up.
We have a suspect confirmation. All right, all units prepare to move in. Use extreme caution. Go, 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 go.
You give him no opportunity to draw a weapon, no opportunity to run. You set the tone for the impending conversation.
Eric English! Eric English! Step out of the car!
So the choice is Eric English on how difficult he wants to make this arrest.
Hands up! Out of the car!
If he wants to cooperate and surrender, that's one thing.
Out of the car!
If he wants to resist, that's going to be the last thing he ever did. The sheriff's department is investigating the brutal murder of Derek James, and with our assistance have determined that Sheila Barnhart, Brandon Barnhart, and Eric English are the three people involved in this crime. And Eric English has just been spotted by police in his parking lot.
Out of the car!
Eric English is at a point of making a choice. Do you want to risk your life, or do you want to just get arrested?
Get out of the car! Hands up!
As I've often said to people, can you run 1,200 feet per second? Because this bullet can.
Out of the car! Get out of the car! Don't shoot! Put your hands up! Turn around!
What's going on? Eric English, you're under arrest for the murder of Derek James. What the hell are you talking about, man?
He's taken to the El Paso County Sheriff's Department for interrogation.
Okay, Eric. Any of these look familiar?
Yo, I don't want to see that.
Damn. Why not? Aren't you the one who did it to him?
Man, I didn't know we was gonna go that far.
That is
Me and Brandon.
Well, how'd you get roped into this in the first place?
That night, Brandon called me asking for a ride to his sister's place.
Eric picked him up, and when Brandon got in the car, he said, I want you to help me deal with a guy who hurt my sister.
I said, sure. Whatever. I mean, the dude sounded like a real prick.
What happened when you got out to the house?
The guy was sleeping on the couch, and I thought we were gonna wake him up. All of a sudden, Brandon pulled out a pipe and started knocking the hell out of him.
Eric says Brandon just went off on him and started beating him absolutely out of control, and Eric was shocked. He didn't expect it.
I swear, I didn't even touch the guy.
Well, how'd you get DJ's body out to Empire Range Road?
I don't know.
Brandon figured all that out.
Oh, well, then I guess you won't mind if we take a look in your trunk?
I want a lawyer.
Well, you're kind of too late for that, Eric. You've already buried yourself in the middle of a murder.
Well, all right then. Good luck, Eric. You're gonna need it.
Eric is now in custody, so is Sheila. But we are still missing Brendan Barnhart. We need to find him.
Luckily for the investigation, they don't need to look too far.
All right, I'll let him know. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Brendan Barnhart. I'm here to turn myself in.
Really? Well, fine, we'll do that. We accept all business 24 hours a day. Now we have all the players in the hands of the Sheriff's Department.
Mr. Barnhart, I'm Detective Hatch. I understand you're ready to tell us what happened to Derek James.
I didn't mean to kill him, man. That little bitch had it coming. Hey, no choice!
All right. Relax, Brandon.
Brandon is emotionally distraught. He's a perfect candidate for an interrogation.
Relax for a moment. Just tell us what happened with DJ.
Knew right from the beginning that it wasn't going to work between him and Sheila.
What do you mean?
I've known that dude a long time.
Brandon explains that he, too, was in foster care at points in his life, just like DJ. They both wound up in group homes together, and they became friends.
And for the years, we kind of just drifted off. Stopped talking to each other as much. Kept getting into trouble, going to prison. And one day I found out he's dating my sister.
How'd you feel about that?
How do you think I felt?
He wasn't very happy about that because he knew who DJ was. Brandon even had a conversation with DJ.
I know we go way back and all, man, but I don't know about you dating my sister.
Why not?
Because I know who you are, man.
What you mean, man?
Look, all what I'm saying is, I don't want you to treat my little sister like the rest of those little hoes that you run around with. Okay, she ain't like that.
You tripping, Brand?
No, I'm not. Now promise me you're gonna treat her right.
All right, man. I promise.
I try to trust the guy, you know? And that little bitch lied to me.
So when his sister called him crying, saying that DJ beat her up, Brandon flipped a switch. He went into a blind rage.
Eric, get your ass over here now!
And all he wanted to do was get even.
So we made a plan, and I had Eric come pick me up.
Did you have some sort of weapon with you?
Yeah. Some bitch is gonna pay.
Rebar is solid steel used in the construction of concrete, so it is without question a deadly weapon.
We got there and knew that Sheila had slipped DJ some pills. Where's he at?
He's on the couch in the living room.
Yo, DJ, what'd you rape my sister, you sick bastard? How's that feel, bitch?
Brandon says the mere sight of him set him off like a Roman candle.
Like hitting women, bitch?
He hit him as hard and as often as he could.
How's that feel?
Come on, Eric.
Eric is also participating in the attack. He's kicking him while Brandon is beating his head in with a piece of rebar.
I think he wants more, Brand. Kick his ass.
Come on.
And it sounds like Sheila was there, egging him on.
Come on.
Get him.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Please not.
I'll tell you when we're done. Sheila, get the rope.
Brandon said that Sheila got kind of a black web belt and tied it around his legs to keep her from squirming around. They then taped his hands together
At some point, Brandon admits to putting the rebar under his chin and pulling back with all his strength. And he hears something snap.
Sheila, get a bag.
So they put a plastic bag over his head and tie with duct tape to contain the leakage.
They then wrapped him in a blue blanket, drug him out to Eric's car, and then they drove him up Rampart Range Road. Get it off the hook. They then drug him from the trunk of Eric's car over to the side of the overlook. What a brutal way to end somebody's life.
It's a savage killing by people who are unconcerned about what they're doing because they're angry. And in their mind, that makes it okay. DJ has transgressed, and they're going to punish him.
Brandon Barnhart's disturbing confession implicates not only himself, but also his sister Sheila and his friend Eric English. All three are charged with first-degree murder for their roles in the crime.
Eric, Brandon, and Sheila all pled guilty to a reduced charge of second-degree murder, and they were sentenced to 48 years. Stephanie received 4 years probation.
I've never been surprised by what people will do, but I've often been disappointed. Here you have a situation where nobody's smart enough to consider protection orders or going over and removing his sister from the presence of this individual. Nobody thinks about that. They think about rage. You hurt my sister, I'm going to hurt you. Derek James didn't understand who he was dealing with, and he found that out at the end of a 20-inch piece of rebar.